At 57, Molly Ringwald finally opened up about a side of Hollywood she had kept hidden for most of her life, revealing why she walked away from fame at the very moment the industry expected her to rise even higher. At the peak of her success, she shocked many by turning down roles in films like Pretty Woman and Ghost, decisions that later became legendary what-ifs in Hollywood history. The reason, she explained years later, was both simple and painful. Many of the roles offered to her felt overly sexualized, and after growing up under constant scrutiny, she no longer felt safe or respected within the industry. Long before the world labeled her a teen icon, Ringwald had already been shaped by performance and creativity. Born on February 18, 1968, in Roseville, California, she was the youngest of 3 children in a household alive with music and ideas. Her father, Bob Ringwald, a blind jazz pianist and radio personality, taught her to listen deeply and trust instinct over image, lessons that stayed with her throughout her life. By the age of 6, she was already recording a jazz album with his band, revealing an unusual ease and emotional maturity. Acting followed naturally, beginning in local theater and leading to early television roles on Diff'rent Strokes and The Facts of Life. Her breakthrough came in the mid-1980s through her collaboration with writer-director John Hughes, starting with 16 Candles in 1984, followed by The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink. In these films, Ringwald didn't just play teenagers, she embodied the emotional core of adolescence, capturing insecurity, longing, and quiet intelligence in a way that defined a generation. Yet that success quickly became a trap. As the media folded her into the so-called brat pack, she felt misunderstood, frozen in time as a symbol of youth while she herself was growing and changing. Attempts to move into darker, more adult roles were met with confusion, and by her early 20s, Hollywood seemed unsure of what to do with her beyond recycled versions of the same teenage archetype. Years later, Ringwald revealed in a New Yorker essay that the discomfort she felt on-screen mirrored what she experienced behind the scenes. She described multiple instances of sexual harassment and abuse of power, beginning when she was just 13 years old and continuing into adulthood, including a humiliating audition in which a director asserted control while she was left exposed and powerless. When her agent dismissed her experience, she made a decisive choice, firing him and leaving Hollywood altogether. Moving to Paris in the early 1990s was not about reinvention or retreat, but escape and survival. There, she found anonymity, creative freedom, and authenticity, returning to music, theater, and writing on her own terms. When she eventually re-emerged, it was as a woman no longer willing to sacrifice herself for fame. Today, Molly Ringwald does not erase her past or deny its cultural impact, but she speaks honestly about the harm normalized within it, choosing clarity, integrity, and self-respect over nostalgia.